For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
We are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new accounting is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy.
The financial reset will be a complete restructuring of the current system, eliminating all existing fiat currencies overnight.
In the months ahead, central banks around the world are planning to go digital. Many of the legacy banks you've heard of, where you probably even keep your money, like Bank of America, Chase, Citi, Wells Fargo, they're about to be reset, overhauled by a new type of technology called fintech, which is short for financial technology.
We are about to enter a cashless society. A cashless society to the point that you're no longer going to need cash to buy your groceries, to buy whatever you want, unless you have the fish in your hand, the mark of the beast.
You can't use their financial system. Are you going to go to the CBDC land where eventually you won't be able to spend money without like a microchip in your hand and all of this stuff?
Everything is done in stages. After the RFID goes in the card and in your passport, it's going to go into your body. That's what they're going to try and do. There's no question about it. And they're not going to do it through law. They're going to do it because you won't be able to live without it. All your money is going to be in that fish. It's going to be a cashless society.
It's called money. It's the thing we need in order to buy and sell. And it's nice to have some. Can you imagine there ever being a time when men will not use money? A cashless society?
So a cashless society, negative interest rates, and central banks being the only banks left on the planet, and microchips implanted under your skin.
The RFID implant to connect the digital currency to the social credit system has been in the works for years, and many have warned about its implications.
CBDCs looks like a small grain of rice that they want to put under your skin.
All money is to be in those fish, right? There'll be no more cash.
Have you got any cash on you? No cash at all. Literally done. So you're a candidate. You're going to want to have something, your phone or some sort of a smart card, or like in Sweden, a little fish there embedded in your wrist that allows you to tap and go.
This is the mark of the beast.
Cashless society.
Cashless society.
Cashless society.
Cashless society.
Cashless society.
Cashless society.
If we go to that future, digital cash, we're at a crossroads because we have to choose between two possibilities. One is digital cash that's run by corporations that act not only as intermediaries in all of our payments, but also act as deputized members of law enforcement for every government and or intelligence agency and or dictator who co-opts them to their means. That type of finance takes the worst of surveillance capitalism and the worst of surveillance states, merges them together in this fascist dystopia where every transaction you ever made tells something about your habits, your politics, your associations, your movement, your physical location. On the one hand, all of this data gets collected and shared among all of the intelligence agencies and corporations, or leaked. And on the other hand, if the people in power choose to, they can decide to debank you overnight. They turn off the switch. Now imagine what happens if your bank account is shut down and cash doesn't exist. Well, you can't eat. You can't buy food. Done.
They already told us to prepare for this all-digital future. We've been reporting it here on the show. In 2019, the CEO of Bank of America not a small bank, said that it costs them billions of dollars to have to deal with cash. They hate cash. They told us as way back in late 2019, they don't want cash. They want an all digital future. Here's the CEO of Bank of America.
We want a cashless society. It costs us $5 billion for checks and cash to move around our company.
You want a cashless society?
We are driving towards a faster, but we have more to gain than anybody in a sense from a pure operating cost. And so we're driving it, and the cost will come down, and everything's happening, and the costs are already very low. It's very efficient, very little fraud when you actually look at the volumes going through.
So we hate cash. We want a cashless society. Bank of America CEO. And that's why this is all part of the World Economic Forum's plan. Klaus Schwab and their move to digital and digital IDs and digital infrastructure.
And you know they're going to go to implanted RFID space. I mean, you know that. I mean, it's coming. And you know what you will do? You'll do it. You'll just do it. And I know people who will run to be the first on their block with the implanted